All right, Red. Whew, it's going to be a great month. So, am I going to say that even with 31 days in May that it flew by in a blink of an eye? No, I'm not. We've all likely noticed, without it being noted yet again, that time seems to be speeding up. And truly, if that's true, and some studies say that it is true, there's nothing that we can do about that, except to let the speed of time be less important to us than how we use time. In the way of transformation, we read, "You are free." In this moment, you are as free as you will ever be, right now. How then will you use time? What will you construct out of your infinite field of awareness? What world will you look upon? What thoughts will you think? What feelings will you evoke within the self? Where will you direct the body to be placed on a daily basis? In other words, we are free mentally in an unlimited way to choose who we will be, master or victim, and how we will be, happy or fearful, wherever we are, wherever we place our body. If we use time with the awareness that this time and this human environment is a precious gift of temporary manifestations and changeable creations, we'll realize that we are never stuck with what we've made of ourselves or made in our life, even if we've made a mess, because we can change our mind and change the forms and expressions we call our life. The world we individually experience is not being done to us. It's being done by us. And it's not coming at us, it's coming from us. There is no greater freedom than to live a life of our own making with the realization that we're making it happen as it does. It's a powerful thing. We all have that freedom within us, with the unconditional assistance of the entire universe that doesn't judge us and what we create at all. It's just there to do it. As difficult as it may be for us to see, at times or most of the time or all of the time, we're one with an infinite field of awareness that's aware of us. There's no hiding from it. There's no getting away from it. But if we knew it as it is and how much love there is for us, we'd never try. And in those moments when we know that's true, we flow with the natural harmony and goodness of life. Joseph Campbell wrote, "The goal of life is to make your heart beat to match the beat of the universe, to match your nature, little n, with nature, capital N." We get to decide. It's totally up to us to match our nature with the world, to react to it and focus on it. Or we get to match our nature with the nature of love that created it and created us. We get to choose what we focus on, what we think about, what we do each day, and how we feel while we're doing it. We get to decide to use time to be happy we're alive, rather than waste time waiting to be happy until some specific thing comes along. We get to use time to decide who and what we prefer around us, and then attract whoever and whatever to us, simply by focusing on the good feeling our preferences cause within us, even before whoever and whatever appears around us. We get to use time to focus on happiness and well-being, even when our body feels sick. And if well-being is our focus, we naturally evoke well-being in every cell of our body. Our cells don't resist health. We get to use time to focus on inner peace, to think peaceful thoughts that cause us to feel calm and safe, no matter what is being said around us or to us or by the news media. We get to use time to be love in a world filled with contrast and differences and opposing views and strident opinions, where not everyone chooses love with words and actions. We're free as we will ever be right now, to decide what world we will look upon. And no one can interfere with our view unless we allow them to. So, the question this morning is, how will we use time? We're so free that we can choose to look upon a world and wish it were another way, and then resist newness in our thinking that would allow us to see it another way. We're free, so free, that we can use time to be unhappy with ourselves and what we've constructed as our life, and unhappy with others and what they're constructing with their lives. We're so free that we can use time to regret our past or to long for happier, healthier yesterdays that have already been lived. We're so free that we can use time to worry about what the future may hold for us, because let's face it, none of us is getting any younger. And now we'll turn the page. Only we, individually, can answer how we will use time. And only time will tell what our choices have been. Thank God. We have access to an infinite field of awareness that we are free to use to construct a human life that isn't dependent on time going fast or slow. In fact, that field of awareness doesn't depend on time at all, because as we said last Sunday, it is beyond time. It's between the time it takes for us to think and think again. And yet it's always there. But our awareness of that timeless construction zone depends on what world we decide to look upon and think about. Because what we're creating with our thoughts is being created in that world. We can use our time looking upon a world of limited possibilities and hardened facts and limit our possibilities for experiencing more than we've already experienced in that world that we believe we live in. Or we can use our time aware that what we see depends on how we be. Knowing that what we're looking at, we're looking with. That it's coming from us and our awareness of it. We can use time to look upon a world of beauty and love and peace and harmony and well-being just by feeling those things. And then watch them being created for us right before our eyes as we gaze upon that world. If that's the world we choose, our heartbeat matches the beat of the universe. And that universe is conspiring to bring every good thing to us. Now, last Sunday, we considered that there's only one time in which our creative power exists. Only one time when something new can occur to us and we can experience it. And that time is now. Every moment is now. 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 And it's the perfect time. Now, for us to pay attention to that timeless presence in which we live instead of staring at our watches. Within that infinite field of awareness that's only available now, there are no age restrictions or limitations, no too soons or too lates. It's available to us anytime we're conscious of it as the moment we're in. If we think it's over there, we can't get there. We've got to know it's here, right where we are, in the moment we are experiencing. And when we do, that moment becomes a fresh start or start fresh opportunity for us to change our mind about anything. It doesn't matter if we've thought a thought for a day or a year. It doesn't matter if we've thought something our entire life. It doesn't matter how long we may have been stuck in a belief about ourselves or someone else, or how long we've been defending our limitations and our limited opinions of the world. It doesn't matter. If we choose to change that thought to a better feeling thought and focus on that better feeling, it will change the world we look upon for the better. Mooji wrote, when you walk into a dark room, it doesn't matter whether it's been dark for 10 minutes 10 years, or 10 decades. When you flip the switch, the light still illuminates the room. Changing a limited thought to a better one, to a better feeling one. Or even if we can't think of a better feeling thought in the moment, simply not focusing on or arguing with a thought that doesn't feel good. It's like flipping a switch in our mind and allowing it to illuminate. How long that illumination lasts depends on what we focus on next. As it's been mentioned, the title of today's talk is So This Happened. And I've been noticing a trend on Facebook, and maybe you have too, where people will post a picture and above it they will write, "So this happened." Then it'll be a picture. And sometimes it's a wonderful picture, an award or some kind of diploma. Sometimes it's a picture of a newborn baby or kittens or puppies. And sometimes it's not as celebratory of the this that happened. Sometimes it's a dented fender. Sometimes it's a shot of a broken leg or some other occurrence that's occurred. So this happened. And it seemed to me that often we live our life like a Facebook post. Our conversations with ourselves and each other are about this thing that happened and that thing that happened. And some of it's good, and we love to share it. And people feel happy when we do. And sometimes it's bad news, and we love to share it because we get a lot of commiseration or agreement. But either way, we're still talking about yesterday. And that's okay if we want more of the same today. Buddha wrote, "What we are today comes from our thoughts of yesterday, and our present thoughts build our life of tomorrow." As the saying goes, today was tomorrow, yesterday. Whatever manifested world we're looking upon today, whatever we see, whether we like what we see or we don't, it's a has-been. It's a manifestation that has happened as the result of thoughts thought yesterday. And again, that's okay if we want the same today. But if we continue to point out what our past thinking has brought about, if our conversations with ourselves and others don't at least include some new awareness that this thing that happened caused within us, then nothing new from our infinite field of awareness can come into our view, even though it's there. If we want newness, whether it's a new health experience in our body, a new expression of harmony or love in a relationship, a new manifestation of abundance in our finances, if we just want a new friend or a new job or a new whatever, We can't let what has happened get in the way of our imagining and feeling what could happen and keep us from seeing more than we've seen before. So here's another question for us to consider on this first Sunday in June 2024, because I know y'all remember that our theme this year is peace, love, and more in 2024. Remember, you probably say that every day, don't you? Well, it's the and more that I'd like us to consider right now. When was the last time that we did something for the first time? When was the last time that we did something just for the fun of it, with no goal in mind but to have fun, and we had more fun than we even expected we'd have? When was the last time that we spontaneously said yes to the moment without overthinking it and second guessing it, and we had the time of our life? Every moment is the perfect moment, the perfect time between what we thought and what we're going to think next, for us to pay attention to the timeless presence that offers us more and more of the life we're created to experience. Our life isn't created to diminish. It's created to expand, and our awareness is infinite. We can handle it. This human environment is a precious gift of temporary manifestations and changeable creations. That change when we change our mind within that infinite field of awareness that belongs to us because we belong to it, and we were created by it, and we are sustained by it even now. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, to limit us at this time in our life, at this point along our way. Because there are no limitations, no age restrictions, no too soons, no too lates. All that's there for us as we live within this human environment is the unlimited answer to our choice to ask, now what? Namaste. All righty. Well, now is the time for us to say thank you. Thank you for being here once again. Thank you for showing up week after week. Thank you if it just suddenly occurred to you to walk in the door because you're right up there, tuned in, tapped in, turned on to the vibe of love that caused you to want to be here today. And this is a love-based community. And we extend beyond our sanctuary. We have friends and family beyond this room that love and support us too. And we're one with that family. And they are one with us. And we are so grateful to know that on the non-physical, and even on the can't see the physical side of life, we are one life together. And that it is rich, and it is abundant, and it is endless, and it is filled with joy, and it is filled with love, and it belongs to all of us. And so thank you for supporting our message. You're like beams of light that go out from here and touch those we've yet to meet who are looking for something better and greater and more exciting and more filled with love and more filled with joy and filled with a whole lot more peace than seems available in this world. So thank you for that. And if you would like to be a part of this journey, whether we're here in this sanctuary, whether we're moving on, and when we move on, but along the journey to see where we go and how we get there and what we find, then if you'd like to support us financially, because that's how we get from here to there, then our treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips, is here to tell you how.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, there's few ways. If you're watching this online, there's ways to donate to the Life Enrichment Center. The first is on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center. You can hit the donate button. You can donate via our website, lecflint.com. There's a donate button on that page. And you can donate via PayPal. And Laura, I know you're listening today, so pay attention to this one. Our PayPal email address is lec2512@gmail.com. Or you can send a check via our P.O. Box, Life Enrichment Center, P.O. Box 321-294, Flint, Michigan, 48532. And if you're here in the sanctuary, we'll be taking an offertory while we listen to Daniel Namad and Nemo Patel do Grateful. And then Reverend Stephanie will be back for a gratitude prayer. Thank you.